Welcome to Extreme Music Wrestling Podcast, Episode 4. I'm here with my boy J-Killz and my motherfucking brother, J.R. Butcher, one part of Angry Acid Boofers. The motherfucking man himself got a single out with Devereaux and Darby O'Trill. Man, how you doing today, bro?
I am doing great. It's a beautiful day here and making the positive traction on some music, so it's always a good day.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, dude. I've been excited for our shit. We need to work on some more shit soon because
I know.
You know, that shit trash, that shit fire coming up quick, man.
And I'll be mobile tomorrow, and then I'm gonna start getting some work done with Fruit Loops because you know we got them couple of tracks that they're almost there.
Yeah, I know, bro. They're like almost there, man. Almost there. So like I was saying, let's start this off with this little mini interview, and we'll just kind of break it down from there, bro. Yeah. We have this thing called getting to know the artist, and it's just 3 simple questions, man. So let's start off with, what was your main inspiration to get started doing music?
Man, when I was young, one of my first shows was the Bizarre tour. Yeah. So I'd been to a couple shows here and there, but I'd never experienced anything like that. And really, like we're talking 2001, I was watching the clowns do their thing, and the way it made me feel, I was just like, I just want to do that. I want to make somebody feel the way that I felt that day. And I mean, it took me a while to get started, but you know, that's really what drove the dream for so long and actually made me want to start doing it.
That's a dope backstory too, because a lot of cats, you know, will start doing other types of music and kind of migrate to the Juggalo scene. Yeah. You're kind of, you know, you've been here since day one, it seems like, you know what I'm saying? And you went to what you said, the first or the second gathering?
Yeah, second gathering, 2001. Yep, in Toledo.
And then 2019, of course, that's where we met and shit. So that's dope. That's dope, man. I love hearing those type of things because, you know, like I said, there's so many people that start doing something else and then they're like, oh, this looks cool. And no, you're day one, you know what I'm saying?
See, I'm gonna be the opposite. I'm gonna start in the Juggalo world and maybe branch out a little bit, but this will always be my home.
Right. That's kind of my backstory too, man. All right. So what do you got coming out soon? Like soon that we need to look out for?
Well, I started talking to you a little bit. I mean, obviously we're working on the AAB stuff.
Yes, sir.
I'm hoping to have a solo album very, very soon, but realistically, the goal is August 16th. I'm going to plan on dropping singles in between then and there to kind of hype up the album. Yeah. I actually like I said, we started talking about it. I actually am branching out a little bit into a more metal feeling song. That'll probably be my next solo single. I'm working on the title. I'm thinking Bleed for the Green. Okay. And it'll actually be my first story track too.
So you said Bleed for the Green?
Yeah.
So is it like a heavy metal stoner track then? Or
no, green as in money.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so it's going to tell the story of somebody, you know, down on their luck, broke. Yeah. You know, at the end of their rope, so they go rob a bank, then they get away, get the money, and then find out that, you know, it's just different problems now. Money didn't solve anything. So,
right. That's kind of crazy, man, because me and Bio are working on a series of tracks, and one of them is called, I think it goes with The Pursuit, The Chase, and The Finale, and it's all about robbing a bank to support your dream. Same type of thing. End up, shit goes south. We end up in Mexico. It ends how it ends, but it's the whole thing, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We both had a similar idea, you know, parallel to each other.
So you haven't done any stage performances, of course, yet, right?
No, not yet.
How dope would it be to do that for the first time at the gathering, man? I know you were on a different podcast talking about that a little bit. Is that kind of the plan?
I'm hoping that I'm ready for it. That's really that would really be the ideal, you know, the ideal way to make my debut would be at the gathering.
Oh yeah. I only know of one other artist that did that, and it was just on like one of the little what was the year that we went, of course. It was that dude Shade Hecka. He made his
yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. On one of the little like renegade stages. At Cannibal House. Damn, he got it on a good stage too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's one of the. I mean, it was one of the actual psychopathic stages. So
Yeah.
It wasn't just like a little party stage.
Mm-hmm.
Even a little party stage would be dope. We were booked last year for one, and then they canceled the show, and then we couldn't make it anyway, and it was a whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
So, question 3, man. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now with this music shit?
Whew. You know, that's honestly a hard one. I would hope
for everybody.
I really hope by then. My original plan is that there's going to be JR Butcher, and then there's going to be Butcher Pete, and that's going to be 2 separate entities. And I would hope in 5 years both of them are up and running. And Butcher Pete would he's only going to do mixtapes. I'm probably that's going to be. I have a deep love for horrorcore, and I mean like real horrorcore. Old Isham, Brother Lynch Hung, that kind of stuff, and that I feel like there's a lack of that right now. And that was the whole idea with Butcher Pete. It would just be pure horrorcore, the shit that only 1% of the population is gonna like. So
right.
That's why I try to get JR Butcher established, and then introduce Butcher Pete after that.
I get that, man. That's fucking dope. That's fucking dope. I think the only motherfuckers, as far as I know, that are killing it with horrorcore, like real horrorcore, straight up like that you're talking about, is LSP, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody over there, like they're probably not the only ones, right? But they're the top dogs when it comes to that. The Gorhawk Crown is not to be fucked with.
That is very true.
And they're all amazing people. They're all fucking super dope. Scum is the boy. Matapelli, they're all amazing.
Yeah. I've met Scum a couple times, and he's been nothing but cool every single time.
Oh yeah, and that voice, bro. Everyone thinks it's just on tracks, but no,
nope, that's it.
Yep. I'm like, hell yeah, man. Yeah, we've been to Denver.
I'm not even a drinker, and I had to. Yeah, that's definitely on my goal list right there.
Oh, Gorefest, man, it's crazy. It's not a super huge venue. There's not like thousands of people there. They always have a good turnout, and I've never got more love than at a Gorefest show. We've performed 3 of them now, 3 or 4, and we're going back this year, of course, because it's like our home away from home. So if you can ever make it out that way, do it. You know what I'm saying? They be killing it. Hopefully, we find out if we're killing it or not with that shit trash, that shit fire. I think we're doing great. I haven't really shown anybody any of our shit other than Coda too, so I'm excited to see what motherfuckers think. You know what I mean? We give them little snippets and pieces, but I'm excited for it.
Honestly, I've been kind of surprised. I really thought I would get some hate when I started dropping music, and I haven't had a single hateful comment. And
bro. I mean, for it. Especially in the scene that we're in, dude. That's not a big, like, super huge thing unless you're a piece of shit person and your actions outweigh the music. But I found in our scene, man, everyone tends to say pretty fucking supportive. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was going to get the most hate too, especially with some of the more experimental type tracks I'd be doing. I know not all my shit is like catchy or like poppy or any of that shit. Yeah, but I got some opera type shit that I was doing, and I don't know how I'm gonna fare with that, bro.
Yeah,
people are gonna hear it's just on a hook, right? I'm like, dude, they're gonna tune out, man.
I'm kind of interested to hear that, bro. I mean, I like anything different though. I want to hear a little bit of everything and try to. I mean, if you're not growing as a musician, are you really? You can't just keep making the same album over and over.
Right. See, that's what I was talking to my homeboy Caleb that I met at Gorefest. If you're watching this, Caleb, love you, man. He's kind of getting into doing music, and he was telling me today, he's like, man, I just want to keep growing. I want to keep working on my sound. He's putting together a little band, and I pretty much told him the same thing you just said. You got to keep growing. You got to keep doing something new. Because the moment you don't, man, you're going to either fall out of love with the music or people just ain't going to give a shit no more. You know what I mean? So that's very true. That's very fucking true. So let's move into wrestling for just a minute. We kind of bounce around. I don't know if you've seen any of the other episodes, but
no, not yet. I need to check it out, honestly.
This one's going pretty good so far, if I can say so myself. I'm awkward usually on camera, you know what I mean? So, No, so are y'all excited for the Elimination Chamber? Are you gonna watch that, JR? I know you don't really fuck with WWE, but
I might just I mean, I do like the Elimination Chamber itself, but I'm not like keeping up 100%. I'm more of an AEW guy. I watch, you know, Dynamite every week and try to catch Collision. Saturdays are really hard because it's almost always busy, but
no, I need to catch up on my AEW. I've been watching it more recently. Of course, we do our little thing where we get on the Discord or whatever.
yeah, shout out to Butcher Shop.
Yes, the Butcher. I was getting there. Yeah, the Butcher Shop on Discord, man. It'll be linked below. Fucks with your boys, man.
You know, honestly, like I really have taken a step back from all social media, and that's the only like real social media I have is Discord. Not the people in our Discord server. I really do love them. They're awesome.
Oh yeah, there's nothing but love there too. Every time I post something, it gets at least a couple likes or comments or you know shit like that.
We're a small community, but we are very supportive of each other.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say too. Is it's cool because there's what like 50. How many?
59, I think, is our member count right now.
Okay, so 59. I get more love out of 59 people usually than if I post it to Instagram. I get like 2 likes. I post something dope there, and everybody's like, "Ah!" It's amazing, bro. I love it. And then you got dope homies in there like Don Chaos, Shovel. I gotta order something from them, man. Coda's on my ass about ordering some Precious Juggalo shit. She is, man. She really
you have to catch him at the right time. He's doing so well. It's hard for him to keep anything in stock right now. Yeah,
me and him were talking about shirts at one point, and I told him, man, you got to make some for a big homie because you know I wear a 5, and he's like, I got up to an XL. I was like, that might fit my thigh. I guess.
Right. You might check back with him because I know that he did that first run, and then after that he was talking about adding larger sizes. And I mean, even if you needed to, I'm sure he would do a custom shirt for you too.
Yeah, that'd be pretty dope. I would love that, man. I really would. He doesn't have like a Streamlabs or anything like that, or
no? He's screen printing himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he bought a screen printer, so that's what he bought the most common sizes to see if it you know they would sell. Oh, so if you needed a bigger size, I'm sure. And if you have to, throw my name around. That's my brother. He'll
right. Hey, there's full JR. Don't say things. No. Hell yeah. He is on Etsy though, right?
He has his own shop, Precious Juggalos.
Where did I find him before, man? I could have swore it was on Etsy, but send me a link to that, or if it's linked in Discord, I'll put it down there too, so you can check that out. Always, man, because you know this stuff is awesome. Yeah. For anybody who doesn't know, Precious Juggalos is have you ever seen those little like precious moments figurines and yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I've got a better one. That was a custom. He usually does precious moments, but here, hold on one second. All right, so this isn't a precious moment, but this is more the stuff he does.
Bro, I like that.
Like, you know, it looks like a stock figure. You know what I mean? It looks like it came that way. And, you know, he added the blood splatter. I just put this necklace on, but he added the blood splatter, the saw. He does amazing work. And he live streams every day on YouTube, 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. EST. And
I didn't know that either. Where have I been?
Yeah. Every day, bro. And you'll find me there. You know what I mean? I've been there every day for over a year now. You know, we just figured that out because I bought this when I first started, and he just turned a year old. So, yeah, Precious Juggalos on YouTube.
And like you're saying, his paint jobs that he does with stuff are on point, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I can't paint worth a shit, and that is astounding to me. No.
And almost everything he does looks like you would think, if you didn't know, you would think it came from the factory that way.
Yeah. So what he's doing is he'll like upcycle, right? He'll go buy the figurines and then just repaint them. Yeah.
Yeah. There is a couple that he does that like he molds himself. He has like a little Buddha-los, he's calling them, where he molded a Buddha, and then now he pours them himself and paints them. So
once again, being a fat kid, I'm gonna have to get one of those. You know, that's more relatable to me. No.
I think those, because that was one of his problems, is keeping precious moments in stock, because it does take him so long to do everyone. He was selling out instantly. So in his shop, he keeps the Bootalos because he can, you know what I mean, he can push those out a little faster.
Okay. That's understandable too. You always got to have something, especially if you're, you know, making sales and there's nothing to buy. That's a rough spot to be in. So we touched on it before, the butcher shop. Speaking about merch, you have your own shop. It's the Butcher Shop, correct?
Yeah. Yes, that is correct.
I love that. I love
and those, every design on there is done by my wife Maya. She's drawn every single one of those. So
she's doing very well with it, man.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah, same thing. The Butcher Shop logo, you know, that she drew that for me forever ago, and that's on a lot of stuff in there. We've got little demons.
What is that design y'all have with the vampire fangs and the lips and all that? I forget the name of it, but y'all named it.
Oh, I don't remember the name of it either.
It's dope though. It's dope. He's on a beanie, and I'm like, I got to get that for my lady, man, because she's, you know, she would love that.
Oh, one last kiss is what I called it. Sorry.
There you go. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So anybody who hasn't checked out the Butcher Shop on Discord or the Butcher Shop, which is linked in the Discord, right? And it'll be linked down below. Support your homies, support the underground, run it up for them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff on there: beanies, polos, t-shirts. There's some you'll see some of them are a little more higher priced, and that's because they're embroidered. We have a lot of embroidered stuff, and you know, the homie just got the polo with the Butcher Shop logo on it. Man, that thing looks good. I'm ordering mine this week. So
we opened up our Streamlabs store. Once again, that'll be linked down below as well. But I need to pay the premium because, dude, we had so many ideas for different shit, but you can only have like a limited number of items if you're on the free plan.
Yeah.
So we already maxed our shit out. You know what I mean? We're making a couple sales though.
I didn't even know there was a limit. I did all that stuff, and I haven't met the limit yet. So
yeah, I think it's 50 is what it is.
Oh, okay.
And you know, there's a method to that madness. I know 50 items seems like a lot, but I did that specifically because if you don't want a t-shirt, you might want some high tops. You don't want the high tops. You might want the sticker pack, or you know what I mean? So we're just all t-shirts or all one thing. We just kind of went balls to the wall and put everything out there. Yeah, I think that's really dope, man. I think that people will need to come out with some more underground wrestling merch. I had the idea of like cartoonizing myself, but make myself look like a deathmatch wrestler.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Something like that. Put that on there. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, that deathmatch stream we did was a lot of fun.
Yes. Yeah, that was a blast.
I'm telling you, we keep talking about doing that Stranglemania style commentary. We need to do that to some deathmatch shit because that'd be fucking great.
Yeah. Oh, I'm down, bro.
I had a question for you now. He's not really watching the Elimination Chamber, the WWE. Have you watched AEW at all?
I watch AEW like here and there. Like I say more with like WWE.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I like the matches on AEW more for the most part, but WWE has Penta now. You know what I
mean? You know, and that's probably the only thing that would get me to tune in. You know, I mean, I like Cody too, but
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like he's doing all right, but I feel like his AEW run was better, in my opinion.
Definitely.
He had more freedom. You could definitely tell.
And shit with him and The Rock on this past episode of SmackDown was kind of awkward. Like,
yeah, it was.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it. The Rock was like, what did he tell him? Something like,
I want your soul.
Oh, okay. Like, yeah.
Your soul or whatever. I'm like, calm down, Shao Kahn.
Well, I mean, the Rock headlining anything in 2025 is kind of crazy, honestly.
It would have been crazy in 2015. Now it's kind of absurd.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, just pass the torch, bro.
Exactly. Which I thought they did, right, to Roman Reigns, but he's back. You know what I mean? The final boss. I mean, the gimmick is like corny, but it's not bad either, I guess. You know.
I really like. No offense to The Rock, but I just never got it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, he's got a couple cool catchphrases, but he's always been so in the ring. He does have a lot of charisma, but You know, I would rather have somebody actually good come back. And
it's like, can we just give Stone Cold a double knee replacement and get his ass back in here, because it's just getting whack. You're like,
yeah,
give Triple H a heart transplant, you know,
right.
he's come back for a while. Sure, he got one more. Ric Flair still does shit, so
Yeah.
if he can do it, Triple H can do something.
Yeah.
You know,
I think Flair wants to die in the ring, though. Honestly,
I tell everybody that, bro, and I don't think it's that he wants to. He's like bound and determined.
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wrestle at least once a year until the moment that I die in the ring. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Got to respect. I know this is a little bit different, but Foley, got to respect Foley, because they booked him for one more match, and he actually put his health over everything and said, "Nah, I can't."
Yeah. Well, he said he can't, like, you know, bump anymore. He can't do anything like that because he'll get an instant concussion. And
yeah, he said he was getting concussions from regular bumps. So
yeah, that's not fucking cool at all.
Yeah, no, and I mean, I'm glad, because I wish he would go back, and I miss his podcast, because I mean, that was the only podcast that I would like every week watch as soon as it came. Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, I think it dropped at like 7 a.m. or whatever. I was watching it as soon as it dropped at work.
Right. Yeah, I miss that a lot too, man. I was really bummed out. I remember listening, because I didn't watch it. I was always on Spotify doing the whole audio, but yeah, I would listen in, and I got very hurt when he said it was over, man. I was like, damn. And I didn't see a post about it either. It's like, oh, this is the last episode.
Yeah. Like,
what am I going to do now?
Well, and they had said something about they thought it was going to be temporary, but
I can't even name another one that I really watch. I mean, I watched Van Vliet, like his interviews and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you watch any of his shit.
I catch clips, but I don't know. I think there's too many out there, and I get like I said, I get little clips here and there, but yeah.
I like watching Van Vliet because, you know, you get some of the backstory in their interviews, not just, you know.
He gives a hell of an interview too.
He does. He does. Mm-hmm. And he's like the most respectful guy ever.
Yeah.
Total opposite of most of us type people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're like, what's up, bitch? He's over there like, how are you today? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm trying to meet Foley, man. He's like my favorite wrestler. That was back in the day. That was one of the first things that kind of showed. I figured out stuff for the first time, because I liked him as Cactus Jack back in WCW. Yeah. And then when Mankind debuted, like making that connection at a young age, I was like, I know who that is. You know?
Yeah, I know that motherfucker.
It was just like a really cool moment, and really like connected me to that character.
Right. I loved him growing up too, man. I think as far as multiple gimmicks, that everybody knows who it is, because a lot of people have ones that aren't really known. Yeah. He's probably done it the best, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I mean, who else could enter the Rumble as 3 different characters and get cheered every time? You know?
I was about to bring that up. Mm-hmm. Big old pop for all 3 of them, you know what I mean? He kills shit too, and the spots he did, even in WWE, no one was doing in the States at the time. You know what I mean?
He really, if you look at it, I feel like he changed everything. I mean,
oh yeah, definitely, man. And then he kind of paved way for the bigger, like, you know, fatter homie, not necessarily 6 foot tall and all greasy muscle man, to be champion, to actually excel and not end up like, to throw out an old name like Bastion Booger or somebody.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I think that's one of the reasons I kind of resonated with him. You know what I mean? Like, I know no matter what I do, I'm never gonna be like,
right. No, I mean, yeah, he kills shit. And we were talking about death matches earlier too, man. His shit in Japan. Yeah. Oh my God. Classics, bro.
Been legendary forever. You know, I remember back in the day sending out for the VHSs.
Yeah.
And seeing.
We're definitely showing our age now, brother.
Yeah. Ordering a VHS out the back of a magazine. You don't, you're sending a money order. Don't even know if it's actually going to come, or, 6 months later, here's a sketchy tape. Bootleg.
Yeah, he tells bootleg as fuck that it copied the same master like 20,000 times. All grainy as shit. That's kind of how I got my first ICP performance, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have the tapes, man.
That's awesome.
I picked up some more too, bro. Mm-hmm. I think it was from like St. Paul, or where it was at, and it was from like 94, 95.
Oh, nice.
Air
Wow.
Performance. It was pretty dope. I didn't like mail off for it, but a homie was just like, I actually traded some wrestling tapes for it. He's like, yeah, I got this. And I was like, fuck yeah, what do you want?
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember when like the message boards kind of, at least in my world, became a thing, and that like set our whole wrestling thing off, because
game changer. Huh?
Yeah, because then same thing, we're hitting people up, we're trading this and that, you mail that, I'll mail this, and end up with all kinds of stuff you didn't even know existed. And
exactly. And that's really cool too, man, because it's kind of like, I guess the modern day equivalent would be like what, torrenting, maybe, like file share.
Yeah, pretty much, I would say.
Now you can get on the internet and download every fucking wrestling video there is.
Yeah. And I don't think that people really think about how good they've got it when it comes to. I mean, honestly, wrestling as a whole, it's really weird to think about, because we have, in my opinion, we're having some of the best wrestling ever. You know what I mean? Going on right now, but the fandom has gone down so much since the 90s. You know, if you think about comparing Attitude Era to now, it's weird, because the quality of and I really was one of those people that was like, oh, the Attitude Era was the best. It was the best. I tried to go back and watch some of it, and it wasn't that great. The stuff I thought was awesome, I'm like, oh, this is the stuff they were doing that I remember so fondly.
Right. It's like either kind of crappy ring work or totally cringy like storylines. You know what I mean?
Racist, sexist stuff.
Exactly. The whole Godfather. Just that name, you know what I mean? Or like the storyline with Mark Henry.
The Nation of Domination.
No, with Mae Young. Oh yeah.
Yeah. They even brought that back later on with the the big mascot hand or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, even for its time, that was kind of cringy though, right? I think that's kind of what it was, especially when Vince Russo was head of creative in WWE. He said it. He was going for shock TV. You know what I mean? It's like the TV equivalent of a Howard Stern radio show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Just played out in a wrestling ring. So we had talked about this a while back and haven't brought it up. JCW Lunacy. I've watched almost every episode out, and I didn't see you, brother. Did you go on one yard?
So the matches that they taped there, they put one of those matches on, and that was it. Other than that, they haven't even used any of the footage. They taped the whole thing, and like I said, I think one match, and they were the main problem. They only had one hard cam, and it was literally just sitting there facing the ring, and I was off to the right. So I was wondering though, because like I had a lot of interaction with the wrestlers and stuff. I was front row, but like I said, none of that footage has been released. So yeah, I've been waiting for it. And every episode, I'm like, oh, maybe, but now everything's changed, so now don't even have the same champions and stuff.
Right. Yeah, me and Cody were talking about it, like especially when around the time you told me about it, we were tuning every new one, like where's he at?
Yeah.
We were paying attention in the ring. We were like looking around in the crowd.
Yeah, I was waiting for it, but
it is what it is, man. Hopefully, at some point, even if they don't use it soon, because they like to do like best of shits, and they're always now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I imagine eventually that footage will come out in some capacity. Did you see they announced the book?
No.
Yeah. Okay, so they announced this back at the gathering during the seminar that they're going to do a book that covers the history of ICP and JCW in wrestling. And it's supposed to have a bunch of stories that nobody's heard, 200 photos that never surfaced. And they said, they're like, we were nerdy back in the day, so it's pictures of them with Stone Cold and backstage stuff. And I was worried it was going to be one of those things because, man, I love the clowns, but they're really good at promising shit that never comes. Yeah. And just a couple weeks ago, they said that it's coming. I have it saved as a picture to see because it's being done with a name you would know. Hold on, let me find it. But it's supposed to be coming this summer, which I imagine it's gonna be a little pricey because it's a hardcover book, but.
I know at one point they were talking about doing like a table book.
Yeah, and that's
is that what it is?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then Sean Oliver is who
All right.
who's written by. So I mean, he's pretty decently known and does some quality writing. So I think it's called Unaccepted.
Unaccepted.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for that, man, because that's gonna be fire.
I'm betting Gathering. You know what I mean? I'm sure that would be the most. It just says coming summer 2025. So
So since you've been able to make it to pretty much every gathering since the one we made it to this last year, what did they say about finishing up the second deck, man?
Yeah, surprisingly, they really didn't talk about it.
They didn't even, not even at the gathering.
Nope. And they had a full on actual seminar, and we didn't. Now I have heard that it's coming, and they released that little teaser or whatever. But yeah, that they didn't talk about it at the seminar. From what I've heard and what the little hints they're dropping, we're getting something at the gathering, but I don't know. It's supposed to be called The Knot, but I don't know if that's the next album they're getting ready to drop, or because Jay said that, and then Shaggy on the Shaggy show was like, he's like, no, it can't be. The 6's not going to be ready by the gathering. So I don't know what he said LP dropping at the gathering. Right.
And it's kind of weird how they work too, because it seems like they'll, do things instead. It's like, oh, here's an EP, LP, and then just like shut their mouths for 2.5 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know Violent J's been on TikTok like a hell of a lot lately.
I don't really fuck with TikTok, but what is
he's on like almost every one of his old ladies videos.
Like I had to find one of his TikToks. How much it's been fucking hilarious as hell.
Is it? Hell yeah, dude. I'm excited for the second one to see how it ends.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's kind of like, not to the same extent, but kind of like when the first wrapped up, right? It's like, what's after this? Especially now that they are, a hair away from retirement.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, damn.
I mean, and their retirement is going to be, they're already in what they're calling retirement. You know what I mean? Really, because they're not doing long tours. They said they're going to do one more and that's it. But right now they're doing festival dates and, Hollow Wicked, Gathering, Ballas, Juggalo Weekend.
All I know is before all said and done, I've been to the Gathering, I've been to many clown shows. There's 2 events I need to make it to, and that's Juggalo Weekend, because I've never been to one of those. And then I got to make it to Hollow Wicked at least one time, man.
Hollow Wicked, there's something about the clowns in Detroit.
Right.
There's just something about Detroit on Halloween anyway. They just... we went down this past year, and we went down the night before, and I didn't have tickets to anything, and we still just going out and seeing everybody walk around and seeing downtown Detroit on Devil's Night was cool, because there's people in costumes everywhere and just
raising some hell, huh?
Yeah, it was great.
Oh yeah, man. Speaking about Hollow Wicked, did your eye ever heal properly from that?
So what he's referring, it was Hollow Wicked, man, 2019. Yeah, 2019.
I want to say
so because it was right after the gathering. So 2019, which was an amazing year for Hollow Wicked. It was at the Russell, which is like a big old industrial factory or whatever. So pull up there and it's got the vibe or whatever. But Jay was doing Freedom, and he gets to the part where he says, I take two 2-liters, make them squirt, and he threw a cap 2-liter, both of them capped, into the crowd. And I'm looking at Shaggy, and then I turn, and as soon as I fucking turn that way, I just fucking take a cap 2-liter right to the eyeball, and I caught it. And that's the last thing I fucking remember. Because I was like, I caught it, and the wife couldn't make it. She had a abscess tooth, and she was not doing good. But I caught it, and I told her I was gonna jump the barricade, get on stage, and bring her back a sealed 2-liter from Hollow Wicked. So I caught it, and that was the last thing I remember thinking is, I got her 2-liter. And then
Right.
the next thing I know is, I was in the middle of the crowd for this. The next thing I know, I've got an EMT shining a flashlight in my eyes saying, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, I don't think I am. You know, like, what's going on? You know, I'm hearing the Fago Armageddon go on or whatever. Somebody, I guess, had helped me to the side because I was all the way off to the side.
Damn, bro.
Yeah,
That's crazy, man. He sent me pictures of his face.
It was bad. I can confidently say though, I've been through a lot of shit, and only 2 people have ever knocked me out, and that's myself and Violent J. So
there you go. There you go, man. There you go.
It'll take me a second, but I can get the picture pulled up. It was pretty nasty. It really did kind of fuck my depth perception up too.
Well, I bet, bro. It was not good. You know what I'm saying?
This picture was 2 days after, so you can actually see the 2-liter on my on my eyelid, the cap to the 2-liter.
I tell people about that, and they say what I told you. They're like, "Damn, he's lucky," but also, fuck, that sucks.
But I mean, honestly, I've probably seen the clowns 30 times, you know what I mean, over the years, and that's the only time I've ever had a problem like that from the clowns. I've had other problems, but it's never come from them.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think he makes it a habit of throwing full 2 liters most of the time anyway.
And one of the things I've noticed, like 2 years ago at the gathering, there was a lot of people doing that, just chucking full 2 liters at Fago Armageddon. And I noticed this past year, when you went on stage, they're like, "Hey, don't throw 2-liter full." You know what I mean? They were trying to say, don't throw it with Fago at all. They said, spray it and then throw it. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I know how to launch a 2-liter. I'm not gonna. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
I've never got to do Fago Armageddon either, man. That'd be dope. That'd be real dope. Like
I've been on stage
sometime soon. No.
I've been on stage at every gathering I've been to, and I'm not gonna break that. You know, 2001 ended in a riot, and I was probably 2-3 people back from the barricade. And when the crowd started going over the barricade, it was either go over or get ran over. You know,
I'm going over.
So I'm going. I'm like, whatever. Let's go. Everybody's going. Let's go.
Exactly.
It was kind of crazy though, because I was, I don't know, maybe 20 feet from. So a dude snatched Jay's hatchet man. Yeah. Snatch, took off running.
Oh, damn.
Probably didn't make it 20 feet. Immediately stomped down. Yeah. Like, what did you think was going to happen? He's surrounded by juggalos, second ever gathering. You think you're going to get out of the building with Jay's hatchet man?
And someone gonna fuck him up is what's going to happen. Like, for real.
People were fighting to get to him to fuck him up. You know?
Right. I think a similar situation in 2019 when we went, homeboy jumped the barricade at the JCW show, grabbed the ring apron, right, and tried to bounce with it. And he probably made it about 20 feet too. Like, he got tackled by like 3 different guys, man. It was great.
2022, I saw a lady actually get all the way into the ring, but it was during a battle royale, so I don't think everybody, like, it didn't click until she was in the ring, because she was wearing some weird costume or something. Like, so damn. I thought it was part of the show until I saw the wrestler actually fucking laying into her, because
damn,
you can tell when the punches are real.
Right. I saw a homie. So it was at Supermania, the show I was talking about in 2019. And did you get to watch that when you were there?
I left. I was fucking. I missed. I saw about half of it, and then I I was literally like falling asleep in between matches, and I'm like, I got to get back to camp, because camp was a long way away. That
bro. Fuck that hill.
Yeah, fuck that hill for real.
Yeah, dude did that. He jumped in and they rolled him out quick. It was after everything had settled down and shit.
Oh yeah. I'm actually rocking my my Clownvis shirt from that year.
There you go. Oh yeah.
Gather with Clownvis.
I was a lot skinnier then. I don't think none of the shit I bought fits me anymore. You know what I mean? The gatherings had some crazy weather issues, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's either always super hot, always super cold, or fucking raining.
Or rain. Yeah.
I remember stories, swamp juggalos versus hill juggalos or whatever, from a couple of them.
Oklahoma.
Turned
into basically a mud pit. Yeah. I know this past year, DJ Paul, it like it really rained on us. I thought they were gonna stop, but
Oh damn.
Paul didn't even slow down. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah,
Especially it was cool that he came back this past year and did it right, because in 2022, I think it was 2021, he played and he was hammered, man.
Is that the one where he was all fucked up? He just kept playing the same song over and over.
He just kept doing Killjoy Club. Surprise.
Yeah,
Killjoy Club. Like just kept and then starting it over. I'm like, bro, you ain't got nobody else from Killjoy Club. You know, you just it was wild.
I got to, okay.
It's kind of how it felt when we got to go to DJ Paul here in Hobbs.
Man, I liked it. I'm not gonna lie. Like we both opened up for him in Hobbs, New Mexico, at a little bar show.
Nice.
And you were on that one, right?
Yeah.
As I said, we both got to open up for him. And he does like to spin tracks back, but I saw the video from the gathering, and that was like, I would have walked away. I love DJ Paul. I love all of 3-6. I would have just been like, all right, this is not my show tonight. I'm gonna go.
Bro, after a minute, I was. It was only my second time seeing him. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, I had never seen DJ Paul solo. I saw 3-6 Mafia in 2001. Yeah, they were a surprise.
Life, man? Why did you make me jealous sometimes?
Bro, like, and it was a surprise. Like that was not an announced guest for that gathering. So we found out about it, but only because we saw them. We were in line and we saw them in the SUV.
Damn.
Like, is that fucking, look, there's DJ Paul, there's Juicy J. Like, yep, that's fucking 3-6 Mafia. I'm like, and then when they came out, we're like, we knew it. It was cool though. My dad had like this chicken head. It looked like you shoved a chicken on you, and they played Chicken Head, and everybody around us was like, look at this guy. It was great.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. That is dope. Well, I think that sometimes the surprise, most of the time, surprise guest at shows is like where it's at. They know, man. They know that they're gonna get a crazy ass pop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like we were just talking about last year at the gathering with Ricky Hill. He came out, and that's one of my top Ouija tracks. Is 100 Missed Calls, and now I've seen it four times now, and twice with Ricky Hill. But the first time I knew it was going to happen because he was already playing Juggle Ohio. But this year at the gathering, he wasn't even scheduled to perform anything. So that was pretty dope. He came for just one track.
Yeah. As a gathering, I'd go just for any reason, but especially to perform, you know what I mean?
I didn't know that's Tommy Hilfiger's son.
Is it?
Yeah, Ricky Hill Figure.
God damn. All right. I didn't know that.
Bro, somebody said it and they're like, you didn't realize his name? I'm like, he doesn't go by Ricky Hilfiger. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And honestly, I didn't know anything about him until Ouija worked with him, really. And
Me either. My boy Wozy, he's been on the podcast with me before. He's really into him. He loves this solo shit, this shit with Ouija, all that. I had to tell him that. That's crazy. Yeah,
I love Problem Children, and 2's coming soon. I can't wait for that. So
yeah, that's what they're saying, man. I'm excited for that too. So we're talking about shows and all that. What's your favorite show you've ever been to? I mean, for you, it's probably hard to pick, huh?
That is really hard to pick because not only I've seen the Clowns a lot. That Bizarre Tour I told you about, that was really dope. I've also been to a lot of metal shows. I went to Ozfest every year for 3-4 years. Like that was one of my tracks. I've been Mayhem Fest. I'm gonna have to say right now, off the top of my head, my 2 favorites would probably be Slipknot in 2000. I think it was 2000. No, a little bit later than that. It was whenever Iowa came out. They headlined the second stage of Ozfest. And then it was like, it was a stacked lineup. So it was literally like a who's who of metal. Like we're talking Lamb of God, Hatebreed, Slipknot, Devil Driver. I'm blanking on the rest, but it was like everyone of those bands is legendary now.
Exactly.
And then Slipknot, in summer, all blacked out jumpsuits, wearing masks, went hard for an hour. I don't know how they didn't die.
Right, heat stroke out or some shit.
And I think between that and then the 2019 Clown set, And that was, they played 2 songs from every release, every major release, and I saw a lot of stuff that I never saw and never thought I would get a chance to see. So,
right, it was a very special set, man. I think that whole gathering was dope.
Yeah, it really was.
Wasn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't it the remaining members of Ghetto Boys, followed by KRS-One, then Jedi Mind Tricks, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Dude, that was.
And then
someone could have came up and shot me. I would have been fine. Like that. That was incredible.
I also always bring up that gathering to people that I'm trying to explain the gathering to and tell them, this is, you could see anything there, because I watched Morris Day and the Time open up for War. You know what I mean? Just to show you that what kind of
that's realistic. Yeah. Anything
that,
can happen in the fucking gathering, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean they did the Dog Beat set. Yeah, they've only done that 3 times. So that was
I know. I was asleep when they did that, and I still hate myself for it. I'd been up for a long time, and I told the homie that went with us, Ram. I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah, I remember him.
I told him, I was like, hey, I'm going to go crash for a little bit. Me and Coda went and crashed, and he woke us up. He's like, you missed everything. I'm like, oh, no.
That's one bad thing about the gathering is, I mean, I know the motto is fuck your sleep, but you do have to sleep sometime. So the good thing is I've noticed now they've kind of got that dead zone scheduled now. You know what I mean? The last stuff will stop about 6 in the morning, and then you don't have anything going till 11 noon sometimes. So that's I've taught myself that's the sleeping hours right there.
Definitely, bro. Definitely.
I go till I can't go anymore at the gathering anyway. So
that's pretty much how we were. I mean, you saw us, bro.
Yeah,
we had a lot of fun. Probably did some things you can't talk about on a podcast, but
probably a good idea. you got a censor button?
Yeah, man. No, that was irreplaceable. If someone were to ask me the same question, of course, the clowns from 2019. But beyond that, my favorite show I've been to, DCG Con 2018. It got shut down at the venue it was at, and they put it on a free show with ICP, and I don't want to say all their original openers, but most of them, at the Roxy the next day. And dude, that was incredible. Like, I've never been so enthralled by a show. You know what I mean? Like, I was like this close to Violent J. That was pretty cool. You know what I mean? I've got to see all the hits.
I've heard people talk about that show before. So
you
know what I mean, that I know that's one of the legendary sets.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the fact that they were just like, they got shut down, and then they were just like, fuck it, we'll just do it for free. I mean, I believe Scum and them at LSP on the Roxy. That's where they do all their events there.
Yeah.
So, Scum was pretty much like, oh, come do it over here. And they're like, fuck it, let's go. Bro, they had to tell us to quit jumping around and tell us to quit being rowdy because we were going to go through into the basement.
Oh, shit.
Like, a couple times, Scum was like, y'all either quit jumping or I'm kicking everyone the fuck out. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It was crazy, man. That's the most packed I ever saw that venue, and I've been there probably 20 times at least.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's one of the reasons I would love to go to Gorefest, because I've always heard about the Roxy, and
it's been around forever and a day. You know what I mean? And a lot of dope artists. If you go on their website, they have like this alumni page of people who have performed there. Yeah, there's some dope names listed, but what they don't tell you, there's even more that were like older artists. That you're kind of phasing out now. Yeah, have graced that same stage. It is really a legendary venue. You know what I mean? And
I've heard about it for years. You know, never been there. So,
oh yeah, bro, it's dope. It's dope. But yeah, we got to see them. We saw Ouija. We saw Light when he was still on Psychopathic. We saw, who Max Sabbath is?
Yeah, yeah. They've actually seen. I've seen them at 2 different gatherings now.
Oh yeah. I was pretty sure. That's when I first saw them, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, this is dope. This is fucking amazing."
Yeah, they put on a hell of a show.
Oh yeah, they do. It's all. You know who Max Sabbath is? Okay, I was about to say, because anybody who don't know, look into them. They're kind of hard to explain. Other than he's a pissed off clown who hates McDonald's. I'll just put it that
way. He did not get a happy meal. He was cured.
He got the unhappy meal. That's what happened, man. I love that shit though, man. Hell yeah.
You know, when we were talking about that, I thought of another amazing set.
Who's it?
The Tech and Chris at the 2019 gathering.
Yes.
That was, I felt like just everything just hit just perfectly right. Stars aligned and everything. That was one of the best shows I've ever seen. And sadly, the last time I've seen Tech and Chris together. But
so I think he left Strange either right before that or right after. Right.
I think it was right after. Yeah. But it
was a crazy ass show though. I love
it,
man.
There's not very often that I have to get out of a crowd. You know what I mean? And it was 2 songs before the end, and me and her were like, we got to get out of here. We just got to step to the back. You know, we're normally the ones, we had to get air. You know what I mean? That's how intense the crowd was. And we knew it too, because even before Tech came out, you know, we started getting pushed forward. I was like, ooh, we're not even going yet. And then as soon as he came out,
kind of different. No.
Yeah, there wasn't even there's no room to pit.
Exactly.
Yeah, we had like that, constantly had that feeling of not touching the ground, you know, where you're just moving and you I don't even know what I'm standing on right now, because I'm just kind of floating.
Right. I think Ritz did really good too that year.
Yeah, he did.
Like, I love Ritz, man. Some of his songs, you know, hit me pretty good.
Yeah.
Me and him kind of had a moment, man. He was like, I'm gonna throw out his shirt, and he'd been like eyeballing me to where I was standing. I was like watching him during that song, Amen.
Yeah.
He kept pointing at me, and then he said that. I kind of had a fucked off moment because he went to throw me a shirt. You know what I mean? And this homie, taller than me, steps over and grabs the shirt. And I was like, I look at this motherfucker and I was like, fuck you. And Rich was like, that ain't fucking cool. Yeah, you know what I mean? It was kind of crazy. It was great.
Too many selfish people out there, bro. I lost a charm of that. Bro. Actually, this past Halloween, this charm right here is my glass Molotov Reaper. Shaggy took off his Luigi hat and threw it into the crowd. And it landed on the dude next to me. It landed on him, and I snatched it. And when I grabbed it, this chick grabbed it, and she was holding on to it, and she grabbed me by my chest. And I'm like, it was me, her, and this dude was fucking probably 6 foot tall, you know, 350 pounds. He was big, you know what I mean? And he had a hold of it. I had a hold of it, and this little 150-pound chick had a hold of it. And she had a hold of my chain, and I'm like, fuck the hat. Because I had the glass charm on it. Yeah. And I couldn't, I'm like yelling in her face. I'm like, you need to fucking let go. And I'm like, her old man was right there. I'm like, I'm about to fucking blast your old lady, bro. And he's like, blah, blah. I'm like, and she fucking and broke the chain and went flying, bro. I'm like, I straight up told her, I'm like, you're lucky that I am the guy I am. Yeah. But one day I'm going to be in the crowd and my wife is going to be with me, and you will pay for this. You know I almost hit her old man. I had to, because he was like right next to me after that, and I'm just like, I kept looking at him. I'm like, ooh, I just want to, you know. I am proud of how good I am at controlling my anger now. So I actually enjoyed a little bit of that show after that.
Man, it's so crazy too, because shit like that happens all the time. But like the amount of charms and chains you find because of shit like that happening is what I'm talking about. Yeah. How many shows have you been at? You look down and it's like you can count the Hatchet Man charms, or like the legs or the fucking heads and shit. Just like,
I will say though, like I've lost multiple things at those shows, and I always recover. You know what I mean? I didn't find that until the end, but I found it. I had a GoPro 2022, I think it was 2020. Yeah, 2022. That I was going over and it got stuck, and I went on stage and came back and found my GoPro right where I was standing. You know?
That's crazy that you say that too, because when we went in 2019, man, we had those backpacks we were carrying, and Coda had a little vape pen with her, right? And we sat down on the grass, we set our backpacks down, and they're full of like probably like $500 worth of merch, food, all this crap. And we just got up and walked away because we were both fucking drunk and stoned, you know what I mean? So we walked around for like an hour, literally, and we're like, oh shit, where's all our shit? We walked back over there and nothing had been touched or fucked with at all. Like it's all love it together.
Yeah.
Usually, unless you got that one asshole who
there's always
a bunch
one
of
bad
acid
apple.
and started fucking everybody's day up.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that happens.
It's purely speculation. I don't know. I wouldn't know much about angry acid movement, I guess.
Yeah, so you can find me every Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, 8 to 10, playing Fallout New Vegas at JR Butcher on YouTube. Come join me. I sit here and play Vegas and bullshit. We have a lot of fun.
Wake up every morning feeling down on my luck. Cut my wrist and see that I got clown in my blood. Smoke away the pain, I put an ounce in the blunt. Cherry Fago with some liquor, I'ma drown in this cup. I've been feeling like giving in. All I've ever needed was a win. Trapped here, wrapped up in my skin. In my head is where demons have gatherings. Life chewed me up and spit me out. I left a bad taste in its mouth. Every path I chose has led me down to the pit of flames where I'm sitting now. Everything is gone to shit. I just need a win, bitch. I just need a win. Everything is gone to shit. I just need a win, bitch. I just need a win. Everything is gone to shit. I just need a win, bitch. I just need a win. Everything is gone to shit. I just need a win, bitch. I just need a win.
Everything is gone to shit. I just bought this 12 gauge and I'ma start using it. I need a fucking W, like my name was Dick. So anyways, I'm blasting, I'll try to get away with it. Blood all over the place, there's a creeper on my face. I started in last place, but I'ma win this fucking race. Been nothing but a curse, ever since my birth. I need to give my life some work before I go berserk.
Everything is gone to shit. I just need a win, bitch. I just need a win. Everything is gone to shit. I just need a win, bitch. I just need a win. Everything is gone to shit. I just need a win, bitch. I just need a win. Everything is gone to shit. I just need a win, bitch. I just need a win.
Yo, what up, famo? All the merch in this video that you're seeing right now is all available right now on WikiBody Productions Streamlabs Store, man. You could get that EMW shirt you've been looking at. You can get those Biomac, Mama Mac, Wozy So Cold, bootleg style shirts you've been looking at. You could get those shoes, them dope ass kicks that you've been looking at. If you ain't looked at them yet, you need to, man. This is WikiBody Productions. Hit up our Streamlabs store and help a homie out, man. You know what I'm saying?